Who can resist the glitz and glamour of Hollywood? But in the late 1800s, the entertainment capital of the world offered nothing like this. It was a place where all you could see were fertile fields of orchards and farms, no movie stars. And it's during those early days that Galen Whitley Keith begins her legendary story.
My great-grandfather dedicated his life to Hollywood.
Keith's great-grandfather was Hobart Johnstone Whitley, a wealthy land developer who built towns across the country for the railroad. When he reached the West Coast in 1886, he stood on a hillside with his new wife at his side, dreaming about what he would build here. Keith says it was at that moment that her great-grandfather met a Chinese immigrant who, by chance, helped him name this spot Hollywood.
So he said to him, "What are you doing?" In a rather broken Chinese accent, the man said, "Up early, work hard, Hollywood." And he was hauling wood, and so my grandfather went, "Oh, that's it, that's what I'm going to name my town. Holly will represent my British ancestry and Wood my Scottish."
But Keith says the undisputable truth is recorded right here in her great-grandmother's handwritten journal. This is one of the Whitleys' first homes. Do you recognize the dirt street in front of it? That's famous Hollywood Boulevard, which was part of Whitley's 300-acre development called Whitley Heights.
This is Hollywood Boulevard. Highland comes down right here. It's a Kodak Theater where the Academy Awards are filmed. Right here's the famous Grauman's Chinese that has the footprints.
In fact, Whitley built the lavish Hollywood Hotel in the very same spot where the Kodak Theater now sits. Its guests included directors like Cecil B. DeMille and Jesse Lasky, the father of full-length motion pictures. Keith says they stayed here while they built their impressive homes on the hill above. Her great-grandfather was able to double dip and create a fortune. Whitley's success story played out like an award-winning film, with a storyline that was thoughtfully laid out. He knew if he could get filmmakers to move west, he would become a financial star. On October 26, 1911, the first movie was filmed on his property. The first take was good, and David Horsley and his brothers stayed and formed Nestor Studios, which would eventually become Universal Studios. Word spread quickly, and soon more filmmakers started arriving in Whitley's Hollywood. Keith says there is so much more fascinating California history contained within these pictures, news articles, and documents. But like any good script, you have to give your audience a bang for their buck. And she's hoping to deliver that in her book, The Father of Hollywood.
He just wanted to make the world a better place to live. So I'm hoping that people follow in his footsteps and make the world, pass it on.